Hello everybody, it's me and welcome back to another video. Now, in this one, there was a recent post by Jamius Jameson, and he went out and gave us, I believe, the usage stats of, I believe it's season 2. So, I don't really see where the tweet is, but I do have the thing. So, okay, I believe it was sent in the Your Face Discord server. But we are going to be looking at this today and showcasing statistically the worst Loomian in the entire game, which is shockingly LEVIATROS. I'm not really sure why it's LEVIATROS, but I'm going to go ahead and pull up this. Here we are. Let me, broke everything. Let me quickly deactivate my camera as we examine this for just a little bit. As you can see, LEVIATROS is never used and it, never wins. So it's just a terrible pick. Zulong is all the way over here, just one of the most fine Loomians. And then Celesting, which will be the next video I do because it is the highest win rate out of every Loomian in the game. So I do hope people are excited to watch me as I try to use, quite possibly, statistically, the worst Loomian in the game. So here we have got our LEVIATROS, and with it we are running Nimble. This is just a very standard LEVIATROS set where we are just going to look for big damage. We have Bulk Up to increase our melee defense and our melee attack to hit a lot harder. Wave Wrecker is there so we can just have a really strong stab, which is also really good with our Depthsborn ability. Primal Slash is just here for stuff like ancient types that want to switch in against a Wave Wrecker. And then Mega Chomp is here because Water and Dark is really good. And then I've got the TPs. We have 88 health, which is just leftovers. 4 energy gets you to 250. 200 melee attack, so you have as much attack as possible, along with 200 speed, so you are as fast as possible. And then we have got 8 range defense to put it 1 above our melee defense to give Protagon a melee attack boost. Just because you can never be too sure. But hope everyone is excited. Let's get right into it. Alrighty, here we go to the first one. So the one thing we don't want to see when doing this is freaking Tsukame, because we are kind of walled. I feel like a mixed set with LEVIATROS might actually be better, just because it can hit stuff like LEVIATROS, not LEVIATROS Tsukame. But besides that, nothing really can beat LEVIATROS as long as you play it right. I don't have many ways of breaking through Tsukame. I kind of want to go with Kirolin. I think that would be completely fine, because the one ancient resist is... I'm going to lead with it. They would never lead with Stratosaur. That's just not how people function. This is good. I don't have Whipple Drift for Tab. Whipple Drift would have just won the game in a frame if I had it. Do I want to go Waba? Or do I want to go Akalos? Because after Drudge with Akalos, it what? Hits. It doesn't hit Tsukame very hard, but they can body crash us, and that would give us... I think that'd probably be fine. I don't know, honestly. If I go with Hog... Oof, I don't think any of these options are super great. Probably gonna go Akalos, though. No, I'll go Waba, because it's better into the Tsukame. I can actually hit it really hard. Okay, they go with Glissadia lead on my Kirolin. This is a terrible outcome. And I am leaving because I don't want to take a Draco Beam to the dome. That is going to hurt. Protagon does wall it, so we're going to go into it here. Oh yeah, I guess I should mention, there's going to be a stream happening tomorrow that one of my friends, the Creature Hunter, is doing. And it's going to be a little charity stream. I'm going to pop in there. And I will promote it, so let me know if you want to be there and give us all your money. Just give it all to us, okay? To charity. Unless there's something very shady stuff happening, but that's doubtful, right? Because I would have no idea if it's really shady. because that would be really unfortunate, huh? Anyway, I dart bursted here, and they go into Joltooth, probably predicting maybe I would zip zap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, we just murdered the Joltooth. So yeah, I hope we'll see people there. Well, we killed that. That's good. Trying to decide. I don't know. I do find it weird though that with this list, it's very interesting when you read it. Like, where is Duskit on this list? Like, Duskit's getting like Omega buffed, right? Is it in that big cluster of Loomians? You can't even see it. Is it used enough to be here? I think every Loomian is here. It's just in that enormous cluster. You literally can't see any. Yeah, I can't see them. I don't know who it is. Anyway, are they mad over Dart Burst? No, they're just not moving. Got it. They're just taking forever. I guess I'll do stuff over here then. Need to beat this level. Never mind. Garbantus. Goodbye. Goodbye. Let's leave. Okay, yeah, we are gone because I'm not dealing with that. What would you say? Yeah, he's crazy. Okay. Well, we took nothing. Let's just see some and get out of here. They Venom Chomp. Ow! I don't know if they went for Body Crush or Battering Ram, but I don't really think it matters because neither of them did anything. Do I attempt a bulk up here? I feel like I can, right? I feel like I can. I'm gonna bulk up. I feel like the fall of LEVIATROS happened when Deladrix became, like, it lost good pivot, right? Because that's what made Rain and stuff so strong, was Deladrix's constant setup and pivot options. However, because of the freaking nerfs, it can't pivot that well, so I guess people stopped thinking. That's what made Deladrix so strong, is it could pivot, right? Are you kidding me? It was slimy the entire time? Who uses slimy? Hi, kitty. My cat's here. I'm gonna see if I can lure her over here so you guys can see her. No, not really. Can you go over there? You saw her tail. It was right there. Alright. Well, that's a Tatab. Oh, no. Well, I killed Garb. Tsukame's useless. It's probably a bad idea. But I'm down. No, I mean, I can just go Carolyn and hopefully tank Timber plus Jungle. So basically, this is dead. Carolyn is going to die, and I can't do too much about it. Okay. I'm also like, I am debating right now if I want to do the stream or not. So I'm trying to figure that out yet. Because I've always, I know charities are for a good thing. I don't know what it is about, like, me. I cannot ask people for money all the time. That's why I was so hesitant to ever turn on, like, super chats and stuff. Just because I've never, I don't know. It's always been this weird feeling where I'm just like, ooh, I don't want to. Plus, I feel like it's going to be like an ad fest. It's going to be crazy. But hey. Maybe. Oh, my cat is meowing at someone. Oh, we won. Sick. Alrighty. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, it's actually pretty solid here. The only real problem is Lashend. Yeah, I feel like the only reason LEVIATROS is so low is maybe people just suck at using it. Because you don't see it out often in the slightest, right? But that's the pick rate is saying it's never used, and the win rate is saying it loses every time. But I don't really think, I don't know, I don't think it's as awful as people think it is. Because I have had successes with it in the past. I really like Akalos here as well. Bring all my freaking water types and just freaking hope. I mean, it should be fine, right? Do I go Carolyn? Yeah. That's probably fine. Yeah, let's try this. See what happens. Can I click? Thanks. Yeah, I think I guess I can be live. But, dude, I know how it's gonna. I feel like I have a feeling I know how it's gonna turn out. I'm scared because I don't know. I will probably not always talk about you need to donate now to charity. I know it's for a good cause, but I've always felt so weird asking people for money. It's weird. Unless it's someone I know personally, then give it to me. You know? I don't know if that's something that everyone has like a little opinion on. Something that I'm definitely like on, you know? Well, Daka's gonna die anyway because Carolyn's funny. Hopefully, anyway. Dude, I love this Loomian. Carolyn is so much fun. It is the most fun Vari. That is a Vengeance Servolin. All of my health is gone. If I go into this... We're gone. We're dead. That did literally 3 damage. Sick. Alright, I'm down. It's freaking Goomba, too. This is awesome. You know, I think I found the problem with my ring light. Because it's behind my monitor, right? If I look like this, I believe you can actually see the ring light. Right? You can kind of see it. But it's right behind my monitor, and it's not tall enough to, like, where I can angle it to just shoot at my face. That's why I'm orange sometimes. When I go up, I'm fine, because here's the ring light. But I like to lean back. You know? Because... You know? I don't know if that's just me. I've always liked to lean back when I'm doing stuff, or maybe even like fall. You know, like this. And then you can only see my eyes. You don't even know if I'm actually talking. Well, they've been spamming adaptive the entire time, so I feel pretty confident about going into Oculos, but I'm gonna go LEVIATROS. And then we're gonna bulk up and then start blowing stuff up. Bulk up. Let's do this. I can probably get up for this position now. Whee! Chair just yelled at me. Okay, here we go. Illuminati. So, I've got a feeling it's probably fine. Let's just Mega Chomp. This should break the Shade Pearl. Assuming they had one. I really, like, a lot of the time, I don't know if it's just me, but I always feel like if someone predicts what someone's item is, like if I'm like, okay, here's their clutch plushie, even though it's like a clutch plushie Gondor Veil, for example. Where are we? Lashent, that's right. This thing that almost completely walls LEVIATROS. I'm having a glorious time. I can fire. Do I Mega Kick here or do I Fire Slam? I feel like I'm just gonna Fire Slam, right? Because even if they go into Luminami, I can just go for a Mega Kick after, and I'm fine with this. Yeah, no. Did nothing. Alright, let's kick him in the face. Hopefully not miss, right? And this can also crit, so we could just crit through the Luminami. That'd be cool. Maybe we did not crit through it, but we did some damage. And they have no more Shade Pearl, so Oculus is not terrible here. But I can definitely see why people would say that LEVIATROS is great. Because under Rain, they'd have Adaptive. It would just be really, really strong. But now after the nerfs to the Adaptive Assault, no, not Adaptive Assault, Expert Onslaught, right? That since it takes their fallen allies rather than their alive allies, it's a lot harder to actually get it to start dealing very solid damage. Dude, this is the most boring team I think I've ever fought. They have Tyrex, they have Lashent, and Illuminati. Yeah, I'm 2 seconds away from sending an Oculos and just being done, because this is boring. lovely, lovely, lovely teams I have to fight. I love fighting, like, freaking this. This is just boring. Okay, I'll go Akalos. There's half your health gone. There's your milkshake proc. Never mind. I go Akalos. Hey, my name's Akalos. What else could they have possibly had that could beat this, is the real question. Yeah, you're realizing now that playing boring, bulky things is never fun. Oh, no. Ow! Holy crap. I forgot Power Jaw really, really hurts. Oh my god. That hurted. Well, goodbye now. Unless you're going Loomian because you're boring. Who would have guessed? Okay, so are they gonna go... I mean, I probably should just be... I mean, this does not work. Loomian does not work purely because Gnarly Gash at +1 is going to do considerable amounts of chip to both Tyrex and Lashent. So yeah, that just did not work there. Okay, one Loomian down in this trifecta of boring. Would I die to an adaptive vengeance boosted attack in this range? I want to say no, I don't. But if I'm wrong, this is going to take forever. Bruh. Why'd I have to fight these kind of things? I mean, I guess... No, LEVIATROS can't really just win, right? So... Just gonna body crash if I can. Okay. We will take down Servolin. And now we have to deal with a Tyrex that I've chipped. So, I need to figure out what I want to do here. Because if I could at all survive this hit, this would be great. Just gonna Frost Beam. I don't survive, but it would be great if I did. Okay, now if I go Waba, I probably am just gonna Deep Freeze. I don't know if I can at all win this, is kind of the problem I'm having. I would need to get chip on Lashent right now, but they're probably not going to let me do that. I could have just gone into Sukame immediately on the Servolin and then not had to worry about this, but I got myself into this scenario. So now we have to get ourselves out. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Does this even do close to enough? Well, I critically struck, so not awful, I'd say. I'm going to just play LEVIATROS. Frame 1. Ow. I am not having fun against Tyrex Lashent. There's not a whole lot that I can do here. Just because it's just a boring team to fight. They had what? Lashent, Tyrex, Loomian. Holy crap. Lashent, Tyrex, Loomian. And... I think that was it, right? That was all the boring stuff. We're probably just going to end up doubling into Tyrex. I hate fighting teams like this. It's just never fun. No, but they timber. I wonder if it's at all possible that I could barb once here and then driving force. The problem is I just die to Vice Jaws because it just hits too hard. Because like I took a lot from Thunder Chomp. Unless LEVIATROS somehow survives. I mean, I don't even think there's any way I can do anything at that point, right? The only way I could possibly win, I think I just have to try this. I called them. I called them out. Okay. Is that even enough for another barb to kill? No, it's not. But if I deep freeze... Oh, I just deep freeze now. Oh, shoot! We got him. We got him. Okay. Now we're in an interesting zone where I don't think Deep Freeze even can do enough to take down Lashent. But they are Timber Thrash. They might just be a really aggressive Lashent. Oh, shoot. Okay. Another interesting revelation here. As we're just going to opt for a Deep Freeze to take down the Tyrex. Okay. LEVIATROS can't do anything anymore. The best thing that I can do right now is get Wobelisk off the field. Only because, Petrifying, or Ignorant does not ignore your stats. It ignores the enemy's stats. So if my stats are lowered, it does not matter. Or it does matter. If their stats are lowered, it doesn't matter. Like, if they have minus range defense, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to ignore that. But if I have minus range defense, I'm not going to ignore that. That's the problem. I believe that is how the ability works. Yeah, the foe's stat boosts. Not me. The foe. Like, yeah, not my own stat boosts. Oh! That was a close game. Okay, here we go. Into probably the last one, as we fight a Tsukame. Ew, that's why this thing falls off. Because it just can't do anything against Tsukame. I mean, I guess after, like, stat boost and, like, a bulk up, Tsukame can't really do too much against you either. But Tsukame just has Rejuvenate. You need to get, like, flinches. We'll go with it anyway. I kind of just want to go Kirillin and then just try Outbursting turn 1. But, like, the only things that I could Outburst on would be these last 3. Everything else outspeeds me. So, I guess I could go Protogon because Zip Zap is unstoppable. Because I did actually remember to swap the stats and stuff. And there is a Colosso. I don't see any real need for Tsukame. And the real problem is all the range. I mean, I have to do this, right? This is going to be tough. Well, this is probably the worst possible lead that could have happened. Out of all the leads, this is the worst one. Okay, let's go into Wobelisk then. Because it can ignore the attacks this thing wants to go for. Is this Goggles? Oof. I don't know. That hurt, though. Also, they used the disc on it. The thingy. Well, now I'm just... This isn't great, because now I'm going to get caught in a vortex I can't get out of. The only way to stop a vortex is to be the one that actually puts a stop to it. Which is by hitting, because if they just Zip Zap here... No, they actually use Dart Burst. As I'm taking, not a lot of damage so far. Okay, 4 hits is not bad. If we Soul Burst, Baneful Bash is really, really powerful. So I'm going to click it. Because, like, they're expecting Fire move, right? That's what they're expecting. So, when I do this, they're either going to go into Jalusa, which then gets them their Rageful Plushie procced. But they're Flash and Fleece, so they wouldn't be Rageful Plushies, so they're probably... Could they be Boot? If they're Boot, they can live at least 1 hit. Unless it's Incandescent, but Incandescent's only 25. Quite a few thoughts are running in my head. Interestingly enough, it is not a Goggles Protogon. But we do go for Baneful Bash on the Tsukame, dealing technical damage. Seasong's definitely coming out here. This guy really likes pivoting everything he has. I guess I'll Rejuve. The sad part is that I'm gonna underspeed this, so I don't... I mean, I'm still gonna get, like, a good amount of health back. I actually just Body Crash. Interesting. I could Meltdown, get rid of item. But I'm gonna Baneful again. Because it could deal solid damage. Yeah, but he's at half now. This is not awful, I'd say. Are we gonna double Rejuvenate? There's no way, right? Why are they staying in? Why are they so insistent on it? Yeah, we just double Rejuve. Nothing's happening. Are they trying to predict me swapping into, like, Wobelisk or something? But we could try LEVIATROS because it's not awful into their team. We just have to be very careful of dealing with Protogon. Protogon is a problem. Ow! Holy crap. What is this thing? I'm not having a great time. This has been very boring so far. And my cat is just yelling at someone. I don't know who it is. Does this do anything? Holy crap. This thing does no damage. I'm starting to understand why people might not like this Loomian. I don't feel like I can do too much in this game. Dude, LEVIATROS is so useless. Like, what the heck? They're literally just trying to call out Wobblisk coming in, and they can just keep clicking this because I have no resist. I'm gonna daze them. They're hit themselves. But no, I think it's just a thing of LEVIATROS. I'm alive. I don't know if I can even do anything with me staying alive here. I know exactly what they're wanting me to do. And I'm just not gonna do it, right? Yeah, I mean, if I do it here, right? They're gonna get Frail Armor, Rageful Plushie, and then I know what they want me to do here. So I'm just not gonna do anything, because I know what they want to do. Like, I'm not dumb. Well, we lived on 1 HP, so... Is this person like Psychic or something? They've been getting a lot of calls right. What? They have Colossotrops, Tsukame, Protogon, Jalusa. Probably Landtorch is the last. Kyrolin's Outburst just seems really good. Because it's just going to deal, like, absolutely enormous damage to anything coming in. So, I'm down. We could just get a kill instantly on Colossotrops. They are gone. Alright, let's see how much this does, because I feel like this is going to deal a hefty chunk. Dude, this Loomian is not real. You cannot tell me this is a real Loomian that can throw out this amount of damage that is resisted. Kyrolan forces so many things to happen. Okay, I guess here... I'm gonna bulk up, right? Or do I rest first? Because Tsukame is definitely coming in on the Zip Zap. But I don't really want to rest. I'm gonna wait, actually. I don't think I want to rest yet. I need one layer of barbs right now, so then I can go into Wobblisk. Or no, then Protogon just dies, so I don't have to worry about it. Maybe it's a thing where I can play Hog then. Because maybe if I just sack Hog here, I can go into Wob, I go for the Barb. But then if they go into Protogon, that's just bad. Because I don't have my fastest thing to kill it, which would have been LEVIATROS. Ah, here's the thing that is the source of a lot of headaches for me right now. I don't want to go Waba, because it's just going to die if I do that and they go for the Body Crash. I'm just going to bulk up and see what happens. If they go for a rest... I do think that the problem with LEVIATROS is it's an offensive water type that lost a lot of its offensive pressure with the Expert Onslaught nerfs. Like, those nerfs severely hindered it. Okay. I still have my Protogon alive. And their Protogon is one shot, so... They are really trying to get me to get the thing to work for them, huh? So if I just click this, then all their offensive pressure goes away if I click Meltdown. Because then they're not going to get their Rageful Plushie boost. I still don't understand why they think I'm going to fall for it. Let's just go Jalusa here. They end up going Tsukame. Sheesh, well that's dead. I do need to be careful though. If they end up going into Colosso, then that is scary. I guess I can try Banefling if they go Colosso. Okay, no. They do not go Colossotrops. They sack Tsukame, and that opens up a huge door for Kyrolan right now. Because every time... No. It opens up Waba being able to come in a little bit. Okay, we need to be very careful with how we're dealing with this thing. Yeah, we have to be very careful. Unless I just want to go Wobblisk now. Actually, I'm going to go Wobblisk now. And hope it's not Rogue. For one, I hope it's not Rogue. It is Earthquake. Now, this is threatening a big deep freeze. A big deep freeze. So I'm going to Barb. Which, this pretty much instantly kills Protogon. Very, very luckily, I outsped. Or, very luckily, I lived. So Protogon is definitely dead. I do not think that my Protogon is a bad option right now. The only real issue ends up being... Oh, no. As long as I keep Hognosh alive, I can beat Landtorch with the Baneful. I just need to get it low enough. So, yeah. Yeah, now that the Barbs are up, the Protogon can't come back in, and now they're realizing a big problem. They go for Primal. That's okay. Waba goes down, and... Both of my options to kill it are RNG, so let's just go into the funnier one that can, like, basically kill anything. Of course, there's a chance that I miss, and then we have to deal with this with just Protogon and Hognosh against 3 of their Loomians. I guess technically, did we kill one of theirs yet? We killed Tsukame, so I guess technically like 2, right? Because Protogon would just die. If I kill this, they have 2 things left, unless they have a way to get rid of hazards. Guess they would go into Landtorch, right? Do I stay with Kierland if they go Landtorch? That's a bad idea. I could just go straight into Hognosh. But then if they go for a burn up, can't get hazards back up. I love when Kierland doesn't miss. It's just great. It just blows everything up. Kierland is so much fun. I promise you. You should use Kierland. It's very fun. Yeah, this dies. I feel like they just played Tsukame really, really weird, right? They were trying the entire time to just not pivot. I honestly think that I live this. I honestly do. Because Jalusa does not hit that hard. And I want to see how much this does. I'm so curious. Like, how much is this about a deal? If it did that much to Protogon. Okay, it's Goggles, definitely. That's okay. I didn't really have too many good options into the Jalusa anyway. This does reveal what their last is, though. Who would have guessed? It's Landtorch. I literally had no idea this entire time that they brought a Landtorch to the fight. Alright, anyway. I click Baneful now. Only pivot you have is Fade Away. Which, they're probably going to opt to Flare. Which, if they're Wildfire... That is, okay, that is Wildfire. Ow. Okay, it's half. Protogon's Thunderstrike should win the game here. Because the Jalusa is Goggles. So, I mean, actually, Jalusa could survive, but it has taken 2 things of Hazard Chip. I reveal my last of Protogon. And now I can just Thunderstrike. Because it will definitely kill Jalusa. It will definitely kill Landtorch, but it won't kill Jalusa. But I don't think I'm dying to Jalusa. Because the damage that it just did to me had to have either been Goggles or Incandescent. One of those 2 it had to have been. But if it's Enchanted Code gets Rachel plushie, I don't know. Let's see. But I think it's Incandescent. Oh, it's Boots. I just like raw died to that. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because the Jalusa died. All right, I think we have our opinions now on LEVIATROS. I can definitely see why it is so low on the tier list. Like, I can tell. But the problem, I don't know. I think the problem just is the existence of Luminami and Tsukame, inventation, stuff like that, to make it so hard for it to do anything. Because before, it had a great teammate of Deladrix, which could get electric type pivot and constantly put up insane pressure. Nowadays, Deladrix isn't used as much just because it's lost its good pivot options and is in general a lot weaker than it was before. But I do not think that LEVIATROS is a bad Loomian, so I guess that's where my point stands. I don't think it deserves the bottom spot, but it is definitely struggling. But I guess stats show it, right? It is definitely very weak. But yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed, and I'll see everyone later. Bye!